Hello students! Once again, welcome back to our vibe coding journey. It's so good to see you again. I hope you're ready for another exciting lesson on vibe coding. In the last chapter, we saw what is a prompt and how we can improve our prompt to guide AI to give us better results. Good prompts, good results. Bad prompts, weak results. Now students, I am going to give you a sentence. I want you to fill in the blank for me. Prompting is the dash step in vibe coding. Can you fill in this blank? Do you remember the answer? I heard someone say first. Yes, you are absolutely right. Prompting is the first step in vibe coding. If we want to create anything with vibe coding, whether it is a website, application, or a game, it all starts with a prompt. Now students, I am sure you must be wondering, when we give a prompt to AI, what actually happens? How does AI create a website, application, or a game? How does a computer know what to show on the screen? Where to place things? And what should happen when we click or do something? Students, answer to all these questions is computer code. Do you remember this term? We learned about it in the first chapter. Even if you don't remember, don't worry, because in this chapter, we will learn about computer codes in detail. Section 1. What is computer code and coding? Now students, let me ask you something. Have you ever played a video on YouTube? Or searched something on Google? Or opened Amazon.in for shopping? Students, each of these is an example of a website. But students, do you know what is a website? Maybe you have heard this word before. Or maybe this is the first time you are hearing it. And that is perfectly okay. Because today, we are going to learn it together. Slowly. Step by step. But before that, let us first introduce another important word. The word is web page. Students, now we have two new words. Website and web page. Now, let us understand these one by one. A website is a collection of many connected web pages. To understand this, let us take example of your school book. There are many pages in your school book. In the same way, there are many pages in a website. Think of a website as your school book and think of the web pages as the pages in your book. Like your book has many pages, a website also has many web pages. For example, YouTube is a website, and when you open YouTube, you see a web page. When you search for another video on YouTube, the search results open on another web page. And when you click on one of these videos to play it, video opens on a different web page. So students, do you see how YouTube is one website with many web pages inside it? So remember, a web page is a page that you see on a computer or a phone which shows information like words, pictures, or videos. So web page is one page and website is many web pages together. Now here is something important. Some web pages need the internet to open. For example, Google, Facebook or Instagram. These are called online web pages. But students, a web page can also be saved inside a computer, which you can open anytime, even without an internet connection. These are called offline web pages. Now, let's learn something interesting about these web pages. When we open a web page, many things appear on it, like text, buttons, pictures, videos, search bars, and menus. But have you ever wondered, how do all these things appear on a screen? Who tells the computer where to place the button? Who tells the video when to start playing? Students, this is possible because of something called computer code. A computer code is a set of commands given to a computer. It tells the computer what to show, where to show it, what should happen when something is clicked. Now students, do you remember what language these codes are written in? I heard someone say programming languages. You're absolutely right, students. Computers are very smart, but they do not understand normal human languages. So to talk to computers, we need to write in languages that the computer understands. And these are called programming languages or coding languages. Some examples of programming languages are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. Just like we use Hindi or English to talk to each other, we need programming languages to talk to computers. And when someone writes codes for the computer using programming languages, it is called coding. So students, computer code is a set of commands for the computer. Coding is the process of writing those commands. Now let us understand this with a simple example. Suppose you get an idea that you want the computer to show a smiling face on the screen. As humans, we may simply say, "Computer, show a smiling face." But the computer cannot understand this instruction like we do. So the idea has to be converted into simpler commands. For example, draw a circle for the face. Draw 2 dots for the eyes. Draw a curved line for the smile. Now the computer can follow these instructions step by step and make a smiley face. This is what coding does. Coding turns human ideas into instructions that a computer can understand and follow. Now let us see one more example. Imagine there is a button on a web page. The code tells the computer to show the button, write text on it, and also what should happen when someone clicks it. So students, coding is simply giving clear step-by-step instructions to a computer. Without code, websites, apps, games, and even payment apps like Google Pay cannot work. You can think of code like a recipe. Students, what does the recipe do? A recipe tells the cook what to do, step by step. In the same way, code tells the computer what to do. Now you must be thinking that programming languages are very difficult, and do we need to learn all of them? No, students. This is the power of vibe coding. It is helpful to have a basic understanding of how programming languages work. But in vibe coding, the most important skill is being able to explain our ideas clearly. We can give our instructions to AI in simple English, and AI can help write the code for us. Isn't it amazing, students? But students, things weren't always like this. So before we move ahead, let us see how coding changed over time. Section 2. Evolution of coding over time. Now, let us understand how coding changed over time and became such an important part of our lives today. But before that, let us think about a fun situation. Students, close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and suddenly all computer codes disappear from the world. What will happen then, students? Everything that we see in our daily lives will stop working. No photos, no music, no Google Maps, no mobile games, even websites would stop working. Sounds strange, right? But students, coding was not always everywhere like it is today. Long ago, computers and smartphones were very rare. In fact, some computers were so huge that they could fill an entire room. Imagine carrying an entire computer inside a truck. And those computers were not like today's phones. They looked big, heavy, and confusing. At that time, computers were mainly used by governments, scientists, and large companies. And coding was also very difficult in those days. It took a lot of time and effort. Only engineers and highly trained experts knew how to do coding. And students, if these engineers made even one tiny mistake, the whole system might stop working. Imagine building a huge tower of blocks and one wrong block makes the whole tower fall down. In the early days, coding felt a little like that. But slowly, things started changing. Computers became smaller, faster, and easier to use. Then, computers slowly entered our homes and schools. Families started buying desktops. Different programming languages were invented. More people started learning coding. And slowly, people not only could visit a website, but also make a website themselves. Then came another huge change. The internet. Suddenly, computers around the world could connect with each other. And with time, computers became smaller, thinner, and you could carry them anywhere. And then came the biggest invention of our time: mobile phones, which later became smartphones, phones that we could carry in our pockets. People could now search information, watch videos, send emails, and explore websites from different places. And students, this is where coding became super important, because every website needed to have a computer code behind it. Imagine opening YouTube. When you press play, how does the video start? When you search for cartoons, how does YouTube show results? When you click like, how does the button understand that? Students, coding is what makes all these things happen. And today, coding is almost everywhere around us. It has become part of our everyday life. When someone orders food, searches something online, plays games, or even scans a QR code to make payment, coding is quietly working in the background. Today, we cannot imagine our world without it. And now with the development of AI, that is artificial intelligence, computers became smarter and started learning patterns and making decisions. Now computers can also help humans write code, and we can do something called vibe coding. And students, this makes vibe coding very important and exciting in today's time. This brings us to our next section. Section 3. Why is vibe coding important? Students, we already know that machines and coding is all around us. Today, we use technology every day. We watch videos, play games, use mobile applications, and search things online. But students, imagine something. What if instead of only using technology, you could also start creating things with it? That is one of the most exciting things about vibe coding. Earlier, coding felt difficult for many beginners. People had to learn many complicated rules before creating anything. But now, AI is helping make coding easier. With vibe coding, you can give prompts in normal language, and AI helps turn them into computer code, and then we can use this code to build real things, like a website or a mobile application. This means you can now focus more on ideas, creativity, and imagination. For example, imagine a student loves space. They might create a space quiz, a solar system project, or a fun astronomy game. And there is one more student who likes cricket. He might create a cricket score tracker application, a cricket quiz, or a web page about his favorite players. And a student who likes drawing might create fun stories, a design application, or creative games. This is exciting, right, students? And students, vibe coding is not only about technology. It also helps us learn problem solving, creative thinking, clear communication, and step-by-step planning. These skills are useful in different areas of life. And students, who knows, one day some of you may create games, apps, robots, and smart AI tools that the whole world uses. In the future, some of you might become game developers, website creators, AI engineers, or robotics experts. And just like all the experts started their journey with a very simple thing, your journey can also begin with simple ideas and experiments today. For this, you only need one thing: curiosity to learn new things and a desire to keep learning. This is what will help you move forward. Section 4. Understanding the coding languages. Students, before we start creating things with vibe coding, we need to have some idea about computer coding as well as programming languages. Don't worry students, we will not go into too much detail about programming languages, but we will have an overview about these important topics. Like human languages were created for communication between humans, programming languages were created for communication with computers. Examples of human languages are Hindi, English, French, etc. And examples of programming languages are JavaScript, CSS, and Python. And students, just like the languages that we use to talk to each other have some rules like how we write sentences, words, etc., the programming languages also have rules. For example, where should brackets be placed, how words should be written, and how instructions should be organized. Interesting, right? I think some students are a little confused right now. I can see some confused faces. That's okay. Let us take a simple example to understand this better. Suppose we want to make a simple web page with a button in the center. For this task, the computer code will be written using 3 languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Don't worry, these names may sound big, but they are actually very simple to understand. Let us learn them one by one. First, HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. But students, don't worry about the long name. Just understand this. HTML tells the computer what to show on the page. For example, show a button, show some text, show a heading, or show image of a sunset. So students, HTML creates the basic structure of the web page. You can think of HTML like the skeleton of a person. Just like a skeleton gives shape to our body, HTML gives structure to a web page. Now second, CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Don't worry about the big name. It's very simple. CSS tells the computer how things should look. For example, what should be the color? How big should be the button? Where should it be placed? So students, CSS helps make web pages colorful, beautiful, and organized. If HTML is the skeleton, CSS is like a person's appearance, color of their skin, their eyes, type of clothes, etc. Without CSS, a web page may look plain and boring. Now third, JavaScript. JavaScript is also a programming language. JavaScript tells the computer what should happen when we click somewhere or do something. For example, when you click a button, something changes. So students, JavaScript makes the web page active and interactive. Without JavaScript, many web pages would feel very simple. Nothing may happen when we click. Students, you don't need to remember everything right now. Just understand the idea. HTML, what to show. CSS, how it should look. JavaScript, what should happen when you click. Isn't this so exciting? Now, let us learn more about the process of vibe coding and look at a real computer code in the next section. Section 5. How vibe coding works. Students, pay attention. This section is very important and also very interesting. Imagine, we give AI this prompt. Act like a web developer. Make a web page with one big button in the center which has welcome written on it, and when we click on this button, the color of the background should change randomly. Create a single HTML file for all HTML, CSS and JavaScript code. Now students, before AI creates anything, let us carefully understand this prompt. Do you remember the 3-part prompt formula we learned in chapter 2? Yes, it was role, task, rules. Let us understand it together. First, role. First line that we wrote is act like a web developer. This is the role. But students, why did we write this? Because we want the AI to think like someone who writes computer codes for making a web page or a website. So when we say web developer, the AI understands that it has to be someone who knows how to write a computer code that creates a website. Now second part is task. We wrote make a web page with one big button in the center which has welcome written on it. And when we click on this button, the color of the background should change randomly. This tells the AI what we want to create. So our task is to make a web page with one big button in the center which has welcome written on it. And when we click on this button, the color of the background should change randomly. Now the third part is rules. We wrote create a single HTML file for all HTML, CSS and JavaScript code. This tells the AI how to do the task. We are telling the AI to keep everything in one HTML file. So students, remember, role, act like a web developer. Task, make a web page with one big button in the center which has welcome written on it. And when we click on this button, the color of the background should change randomly. Rules, create a single HTML file for all HTML, CSS and JavaScript code. Now students, after reading the prompt, AI starts understanding the instructions carefully and breaks the idea into smaller parts. Then it starts generating the computer code step by step. Pay attention students. Though we gave the prompt in normal language, AI understands the prompt and then generates computer code. For this, it uses HTML, CSS and JavaScript. HTML to create the button, CSS to change the size and color, and JavaScript for actions and interactions. Students, the code may look something like this. Students, you do not need to understand every line right now. Just try to notice a few simple things. Can you see the button here? This is HTML. HTML is helping create the button that will appear on the web page. Now look here carefully. Background color blue. Font size 40px. This is CSS. CSS is helping decide the color of the button and how big the button should look. Now look at these lines. Justify content, center. Align items, center. Students, these lines are helping place the button in the center of the web page. Now students, can you spot the words onClick and function? This is JavaScript. It is telling the web page what should happen to the background when someone clicks the button. Interesting, right? Now students, you may also notice that different parts of the code have different colors like pink, blue, yellow, green or white. Students, these colors are only there to help humans. These colors do not change how the code works. Once the code is generated by AI, the computer reads this code, follows the instructions, and creates the real web page on the screen. And this is how vibe coding works. Now students, let's take a quick look at the vibe coding journey. Idea, prompt, AI, code, web page. This is the complete journey of vibe coding, and this is what makes vibe coding so interesting, creative, and powerful. Students, before we end today's class, let us quickly recap what we learned in this chapter. We learned that whenever we open any app or website to order food, search something online, play games, or even scan a QR code to make payment, coding is quietly working in the background. Today we cannot imagine our world without it. Then we learned that computer code is a set of commands given to computer. And coding is the process of writing those commands using programming languages. After that, we learned about web pages and websites. Web page, one page on a screen. Website, a collection of many web pages. Then we understood that humans created special programming languages to talk to computers. Some of the programming languages are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. Then we learned how computer coding evolved over the years. Long ago, computers were huge, expensive, and difficult to use. Only trained experts and engineers knew coding. But slowly, computers became smaller, faster, and easier to use. Then came the internet, websites, smartphones, apps, and games. And today, coding has become part of our everyday life. AI and vibe coding are now helping beginners create exciting things much more easily. Then we learned about 3 programming languages. HTML tells the computer what to show on a web page. CSS tells it how it should look. And JavaScript tells it what should happen when you click. We also saw what a code looks like. and how it has different colors to make it easier for people to read and understand. Once the code is generated by AI, the computer reads this code, follows the instructions, and creates the real web page on the screen. And this is how vibe coding works. And finally, we learned about the complete vibe coding journey: idea, prompt, AI, code, web page. Students, this is just the beginning of your vibe coding journey. In the next chapter, we will learn how to download and install all the tools that we need to do vibe coding on our computer. I will see you in the next chapter. Until then, take care, keep learning, and yes, keep vibing.